They don't do this for just anyone. If your cat shows even one of these 7 behaviors, you've unlocked a biological secret code that most owners mistake for random weirdness. You aren't just a food provider. You are their ultimate safe haven, their chosen anchor in a chaotic world. But beware, many only realize how profound this honor is once the behavior stops forever. Today we're decoding the science of why you are their person. Stay until the end because the 5th signal is the most vulnerable and the one you can't afford to miss. Now let's start with something you likely notice every single night as you're settling into bed. Think about those chilly evenings when you're finally tucked under the covers and suddenly you feel that familiar comforting weight at the foot of the bed or a soft purr vibrating against your chest. While we treasure these moments as pure affection, there is a fascinating biological must driving this behavior. You see, our feline companions operate on a completely different internal thermostat than we do. Researchers have identified a concept called the thermoneutral zone, the temperature range where a body doesn't have to work to stay warm. For a cat, that sweet spot is actually between 86 and 97 degrees Fahrenheit. That means while you feel perfectly cozy with your home's thermostat set at 70, your cat feels like they are standing in a drafty autumn hallway. To them, you aren't just a friend, you are a giant living radiator. By choosing to sleep as close to you as possible, they are practicing a brilliant survival strategy to conserve their own energy. This is particularly crucial for our senior cats who may be navigating the quiet aches of arthritis. Your natural body heat acts as a therapeutic soak for their stiff joints. It's the ultimate sign that they trust you with their most vulnerable state, their sleep. So the next time you feel that little nudge in the middle of the night, remember you are their sun, their source of life and warmth. But have you ever wondered why that devotion doesn't stop at the bedroom door, and why they seem to follow you even into the most private rooms of the house? It starts the moment you get up from your favorite armchair. You head toward the kitchen or perhaps the bathroom thinking you finally have a moment of solitude, only to hear the soft pitter-patter of paws right behind you. If you've ever joked that you haven't used the restroom alone in years, you aren't just a pet owner, you are a high-ranking member of a feline pride. This behavior, often called shadowing, is rooted in what researchers call the secure base effect. To your cat, you represent the ultimate anchor of stability and safety in an otherwise unpredictable world. But there's a deeper, more instinctual layer here: territorial monitoring. In the wild, a cat's survival depends on knowing exactly what is happening in every corner of their domain at all times. When they follow you into the bathroom, they aren't just being nosy. They are acting as your lookout. They want to ensure that while you are occupied or in a vulnerable position, the shared territory remains secure from any perceived threats. It is a profound act of guardianship. They are essentially saying, "I've got your back just as you have mine." This level of devotion is their way of acknowledging that you are the person they trust most to navigate life with. It's a beautiful, if sometimes intrusive, testament to the deep-seated bond you've nurtured over the years. But what happens when that lookout duty turns into something much more personal, like when they decide it's time for your daily spa treatment? Have you ever been sitting in your favorite chair, perhaps enjoying a quiet afternoon with a good book, when you feel that unmistakably rough, sandpapery tongue beginning to lick your hand or even your hair? While it might feel a bit scratchy, you are actually witnessing one of the most sacred rituals in the feline world. Scientists call this allogrooming, and it is far more than just a cleaning session. In a cat's complex social structure, grooming a companion is a high-level biological handshake. When your cat licks you, it triggers a powerful surge of oxytocin, the love hormone in both of your brains, while simultaneously flushing away cortisol, the primary stress hormone. But here is the truly fascinating part. This is a form of scent branding. By depositing their unique saliva and scent on you, they are essentially wrapping you in a group scent, which signals to their primitive brain that you are a safe, permanent member of their family. This helps create a profound sense of home, the very same anchor of safety that many of you expressed a deep longing for when sharing your stories about lost companions in our community comments. When they groom you, they are ensuring that you smell like family, reducing the collective anxiety of the household, and reinforcing that you belong to them just as much as they belong to you. But occasionally that sweet rhythmic licking can take a sudden sharp turn, leaving you wondering why your little angel just gave you a tiny unexpected nip. We've all been there, enjoying a quiet moment of bonding perhaps as you're stroking that soft fur after a long day, when out of nowhere your sweet angel gives you a tiny unexpected nip on the hand. For many of us, especially as we prioritize calm and peaceful connections in our later years, this sudden snip can feel like a splash of cold water. You might find yourself wondering, did I do something wrong? Or does she actually dislike being petted? Rest assured, this is rarely a sign of aggression. Feline behavioral experts often refer to these as love bites, and they are rooted in the ancient social play of their ancestors. In the wild, kittens and pride members use gentle mouthing to communicate and strengthen their social structure. When your cat gives you a little nip, they are actually displaying a profound level of trust. They feel so secure in your presence that they allow their primitive instincts to surface, treating you as a trusted litter mate rather than a predator or a stranger. It can also be a sign of petting-induced overstimulation, where their sensitive nervous system gets a bit overwhelmed by the pleasure of your touch. It's their way of saying, I adore you, but my sensory tank is full for now. By recognizing this as a social bond rather than an attack, you can respond with the patience and grace that defines a seasoned cat parent. But while their teeth might send a mixed message, the way they use their tail, and specifically which end they choose to point toward your face, is a gesture of absolute, undeniable clarity. If you've ever been nearly tripped by your cat weaving through your legs as you walk into the kitchen, or woke up to find their tail quite literally in your face, you've experienced what I call the great feline scent exchange. It's a moment of absolute clarity, even if we humans find the presentation a bit forward. In the cat world, this is the ultimate badge of belonging. You see, cats possess specialized scent glands located on their cheeks, their lips, and right at the base of that expressive tail. When they rub their body against your shins, they aren't just asking for a treat. They are performing a tactile scent exchange. They are merging their pheromones with yours to create what scientists call a group scent. Think of it as an invisible aromatic blanket that tells their primitive brain that everything and everyone inside these walls is safe and family. And that upright tail. It is a remarkable evolutionary gift. Domestic cats are actually the only felines that walk with their tails held straight up as a friendly greeting. It's a signal of confidence and peace. When they present their back to you, they are showing the most vulnerable part of their body, signaling a level of trust that is hard to earn and even harder to break. It's their way of confirming that you aren't just a caregiver, but a permanent part of their inner circle. But while the tail speaks volumes through touch and smell, there's a silent visual signal they give from across the room, a way of smiling at you without ever moving a muscle in their face. Have you ever locked eyes with your feline companion from across the room only to have them slowly, deliberately close their eyes and then open them again? It feels like a quiet shared secret, doesn't it? In the world of animal behavior, we call this the slow blink, and it is essentially a vulnerability test. Think about the wild ancestors of our cats. In a world of predators and prey, closing your eyes even for a second is a dangerous act. By performing this slow, sleepy-eyed blink, your cat is sending a profound message of peace. They are signaling that they feel so safe in your presence that they can afford to let their guard down completely. This is quite literally a feline smile. Scientific studies have shown that when humans slow blink back at their cats, it significantly lowers the cat's anxiety and increases their willingness to approach. It's an actionable way for you to speak their language. For those of you who have shared your worries about comforting a stressed or shy kitty in the comments, this simple gesture is your most powerful tool. It's a silent conversation that says, I am safe and you are safe with me. It's the ultimate confirmation that the bond you've built over the years has reached a level of serene mutual understanding. But while this visual smile bridges the distance between you, there is one final instinctual place where your cat seeks a different kind of security, and they often want you right there beside them. We've all experienced that slightly humbling moment you spend a small fortune on a bespoke heated cat bed, only to watch your feline friend spend the entire afternoon inside a plain discarded Amazon box. It's a classic cat owner's tale, but there's a profound scientific reason behind this choice. Researchers at Utrecht University discovered that for a cat, a box is not just a toy, it is a vital sensory buffer. Think of a cardboard box as noise-canceling headphones for your cat's nervous system. The enclosed walls provide a 360-degree shield, limiting their peripheral vision and dampening the chaotic sounds of a busy household. This fortress of solitude allows them to regain their cognitive balance and lower their cortisol levels instantly. But here is where it gets personal for our community. Many of you shared heartbreaking stories in the comments about your cats going missing or being incredibly fearful. Understanding the power of the box can be life-saving. A box near your favorite chair lined with an unwashed sweater of yours creates a scent anchor. If a cat is lost or stressed, they don't look for a fancy bed, they look for a secure enclosed space that smells like their safe base. By providing these sanctuaries, you aren't just giving them a place to sleep. You are giving them the tools to navigate anxiety and find their way back to you. When your cat invites you to sit near their box, they are welcoming you into their most private, secure world. Now that we've decoded these 7 secret signals, I want to turn the spotlight on the most important part of this channel, your stories and the questions that keep you up at night. We've journeyed together through the fascinating science of feline devotion, from the survival-driven warmth of the thermoneutral zone to the silent sacred trust of the slow blink. Understanding these deep-seated signals isn't just about satisfying our curiosity. It's about intentionally building that safe base, so your cat never feels the need to wander or search for security elsewhere. A profound fear we've seen shared by so many of you in our community stories lately. Your cat doesn't just live in your house, they live in your heart, and every purr is a testament to the safety you provide. Now I want to fill our comment section with a beautiful tribute. Please type the name of your cat below. Let's honor these chosen ones who bring so much light and companionship into our lives. Also, I want to hear from you. Was there a specific behavior in today's video that finally explained a mystery in your home? Or do you have a burning question about something weird your cat does that you'd like me to decode? Next, ask me anything in the comments. Your curiosity helps us all become better cat parents. Thank you for spending your precious time with me and for watching until the very end. Until next time, give your furry friend an extra slow blink from me.